Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Journey of the Master. Today, we are talking about a subject that if I would have told you 15, 20 years ago that this would be something I would be teaching or talking about, I would have said, no way. What is self realization anyway? And how does it make us happier and more abundant and experience more love and well being? Well, it is precisely the path into your best life, into living the most extraordinary existence possible for yourself. So, today we are talking about self realization. What does it mean, and what does it mean for your life? And we are going to have a special channeled message for the council. So, be sure to stay tuned for that. We will bring them in for their message to us today. Always so amazing. As you might see, I have something new and exciting in my background here today. This is the first public announcement of my newest book, The Dream, the Journey, Eternity, and God Channeled Answers to Life's Deepest Questions, co authored with my dear friend and New York Times bestselling author, Mike Dooley. This will be released on June 13th, but you can pre order your copy now. You will also be able to purchase the audiobook to this on June 13th, but you can pre order now at your favorite retailer your copy, which will be released on June 13th. I have to tell you, this book was just a dream come true. It truly is a guide for self realization. So, if you are looking to dive deeper into self realization and have the energy and light of this beautiful book in your life to remind you of your own journey of self realization, then get your copy, order your copy now. We are so thrilled about our new book, The Dream, the Journey, Eternity, and God, and that is Channeled Answers to Life's Deepest Questions with Mike Dooley. So let's dive in, and then we will bring in the council. We are talking about self realization. So if you look in the comments, you might see that the Oxford Dictionary defines self realization as the fulfillment of one's own potential. What better definition could there be? The fulfillment of one's own potential. And I know for me, my deepest desire, the quest for my life, has been answering that question of what is my highest potential and how do I live it? You might relate with that. That might be the quest that you find yourself on as well. This question of what is your highest potential and how do you live it? Self realization is ultimately the realization of your true self, the part of you that is source, God, the divine, the infinite, fully into your physical experience or your life experience. We're going to talk about the word realize because the incredible thing about self realization is that it is the pathway to realize anything and everything in your life. I truly believe this is the next evolution far beyond the law of attraction to understand that it's not about trying to manifest something out there that is separate from you. It's about realizing everything that is here for you and available to you now. But many people struggle with self love or worthiness or feeling like they are enough. And so, until you fully self realize all that you are and the love that you are, most of your experience of creating is from lack and limitation and separation. But once you fully move into realization, then we realize all that is here and available to us in every moment. So, the definition of realize, just take the word for a moment. Real eyes, to real eyes, a dream, a vision, an inspiration, to realize your own highest potential, to realize all that you are. It's to cause it to happen, is one definition. To become fully aware of as fact or truth, to bring it fully into your awareness as truth, to bring it fully into your awareness as truth. That is what it means to realize. So, years ago, I was in San Diego, California, and I drove by the Self Realization Fellowship. I had no awareness of Paramahansa Yogananda. I had no awareness of what self realization meant. And while I thought it was a really beautiful and interesting place, I had no concept what self realization could mean for my life. And I would describe it a bit like realizing yourself beyond the fear, the lack, the limitation, the separation, the unworthiness, the struggle that we learn in the human experience to realize the truth of who you really are, which is joy and love and peace and harmony and well being and abundance. And the council tells us we don't get what we think we want or what we need or what we struggle and effort for. We get more of what we are. So think about it. If you haven't realized that you yourself are infinite abundance, you cannot fully allow infinite abundance in your life. In most cases, people experience the lack or the limitation of it, and they struggle and effort and force. Now, for some of us, that works, but at some point in time in our life, we know that there is something beyond that. And what's beyond that is self realization and your ability to realize into your experience, to become aware, fully aware of something as truth in your life. So, we're going to continue talking about this and some specific examples that I hope will be helpful to you. I want to say hi to everybody in our amazing community that is here with us live. Hello, hello. Thank you. I see some just ordered the book comments. Love that. We appreciate it. If you love the book, please write a comment and give it 5 stars, or if there's 10 stars, give it 10. No, please just leave a comment after you had a chance to read your book. We appreciate your reviews. So thank you for everyone who's on live and everybody who is joining us in the future. You are here and part of the incredible co-creation of this beautiful vibrational experience. So thank you for being here. So we're talking about realization and what does it mean in your life. This is not something that you strive to attain. It is something that you breathe into, that you relax into, that you come into the present moment and allow for yourself. And it's there for every one of us in every moment. Now, there are wonderful practices. Early on, when I began channeling the council, I did meditate about 15 minutes a day. No formal practice, no perfect way of doing it, but just taking that time each day to connect with source, your own higher self, to the infinite, to a higher level of consciousness. And so, if meditation isn't particularly one of your practices or something that's easy for you, then just practice present moments, tuning into your heart, tuning into your soul, tuning into your higher self that already knows everything that you have become and are becoming. That can be a wonderful way to start making some space for yourself in your own life for self realization, to come fully into the realization of all that you are. Now, you might notice that this has become a more popular topic. Maybe you're like me, and many years ago, that didn't necessarily resonate with you. And now realization is front and center in your experience and what you're focused on. In fact, most people go through the experience of awakening and then they go through the experience of realization. It truly is a journey once you have awakened to the knowing that you are more than just this body. You are more than your circumstances and conditions. Part of the awakening process is to begin to ask the questions: who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? Where am I going? What is this human experience all about? When you start asking those questions, usually your awakening experience opens up to you, and it can be more beautiful, harmonious, and loving than ever before. So, wherever you are on the journey, enjoy the unfolding because the journey really is the beautiful part. This is not about being perfect. This is not about always being blissfully happy in every moment, although I truly believe the highest manifestation of self realization is coming to a state of being where absolutely nothing can make you any happier than you are in this moment. And it is an expansion moment to moment to moment of being in that knowing that absolutely nothing could make you any happier than you are right now. And that just continues to expand and allow you to realize even greater levels of peace and joy and love and harmony and well being and abundance and freedom and beauty and fulfillment and all the incredible things that you truly are and are here to be. Freedom is such an important part, I believe, of realization. Setting yourself free from your old stories, from your limitations, from your habits, from the beliefs that keep you stuck and not able to fully realize the fulfillment of your own potential. I can certainly understand being in a place in your life where you feel like you have all these things that you have to do and take care of. And while you know you have some greater potential than what you're living right now, you may not feel like you have the sense of freedom in your life to realize your highest potential. But we all do. We really do. In fact, it's part of our journey to explore different levels of consciousness and to understand that there are different things inside of those different experiences. But we often come to a point, certainly through our awakening journey, where we attain a certain level of achievement at a particular level of consciousness, and then we're ready for more. And that more opens up more potentials, more possibilities, more opportunities, another state of being that is possible for you that you may not have realized prior to now. So, the council often talks about the third dimension of separation. The third dimension is an experience that most all in the collective human consciousness are in this moment where you feel like you're separate from source, God, the divine, you're separate from other people, you're separate from what it is you want and what you need, you're separate from the dream in your heart. It's out there somewhere and something that you are pursuing. And in that experience of separation, we have fear. We have worry. We experience the lack of things. We experience a limitation, a limited amount of time. And so there's a lot of force and effort and struggle and hard work and massive determined action. But if you work hard enough, you can attain a level of success in the third dimension. Now, the council defines success as joy. And so, are your relationships successful? Well, how joyful are your relationships? Is your health and well being at a certain level of success? Well, how much joy do you feel in your body? Is your career a success? Well, how much joy do you experience in what you do? Are you doing what you love? Are you doing what you enjoy? That is the determination of success. But we often feel like we have attained all we can in the third dimension. And for most of us, the air then sort of goes out of it. You no longer feel motivated to do the things that you were doing, or the job you once dreamed of, you now feel like you have expanded beyond and you just don't belong there anymore. And that's when we begin to ask those questions. Who am I? What is my purpose and how do I live it? We begin to understand that where we came from somewhere and there's some purpose for us being here and we're going to go somewhere after this, but we begin to ask those questions and we are here. So what is our purpose for being here? And that's when a lot of people begin this awakening journey, this journey from awakening fully into self realization. And the next step on the journey, or the next many, many, many steps on the journey, is the fourth dimension of transformation. Here we begin to understand that we can change our circumstances and conditions, we can heal. We can transform things. We can fix things. We can process things and release things. And we often spend decades, if not many decades, in this dimension of always trying to transform ourself, our body, our relationships, our circumstances, and our conditions. And there's nothing wrong with this, but that is a part of the journey. It is not the whole journey. And there is something beyond that is present and available to you as you begin to fully move out of just awakening into self realization. In fact, it can become a habit or an obsession for some to always be trying to fix yourself, always trying to heal yourself, always trying to go to that next level of healing and releasing. And yet the council says realization is the integration of every part of you, that we move into this place of no longer judging ourselves, no longer judging others, and no longer judging circumstances and conditions. In fact, the doorway from the fourth dimension of transformation fully into the fifth dimension of pure love, where we can self realize, is to go beyond judgment, to not be looking at what's wrong with you, but to be integrating all that you are into every moment. The truth of who you are is a free, divine, sovereign, infinite being of love and light, here having a human experience. And truly, you can bring a greater level of the source energy and the infinite consciousness that is you into your experience, and everything in your life begins to change. The fifth dimension is the dimension of consciousness known as pure love. Some people describe this state of consciousness as heaven on earth, as a feeling of pure bliss. Some people describe it as a new earth experience. But it is where we move into self realization, the fulfillment of one's highest potential, not through lack and limitation, but through expansion, presence, love, and understanding that this is a beautiful, unfolding journey. And the journey is meant to be one where we are not struggling and there's a whole lot of effort, but we take the next perfect step. We follow the energy through our realization. We expand all that we are. We are more aware of the presence of energy and light that is always guiding us. And it's one perfect step after another. The next perfect step comes to you in your powerful present now moment. Understanding how powerful these things are in order to up-level your life, your experience, your prosperity, your well-being, your relationships, not because something's wrong with them and you need to fix them, but you are on this journey, this beautiful, magical, unfolding journey of expansion. And while you are everything you wish to be, you already are. It is the journey to your own becoming, such that these big things in your life that you want to manifest begin to be a journey, a magical, beautiful unfolding until it's no longer a big thing. It's just the easy, obvious next perfect step, and it comes to you. This is the power of self realization, to fulfill one's own potential, being in the realization of all of the love that you are, all of the joy that you are, all of the abundance that you are, all of the well being that you are. and all that is here for you. And then we realize it into our experience, becoming fully aware of it as truth. And how do we get to the place of truth if we've never actually realized a particular reality? Well, you draw to you through the force field of consciousness that you are new levels of awareness. So, your pursuit for higher wisdom and guidance isn't coming from, I have to fix the broken, unhealed part of me, but it is drawing to you new levels of awareness. And we all have the power to do this. And we do this consciously or unconsciously. We are drawing to us new levels of awareness. This is really the purpose and intention for the council, is to bring forth a grander perspective. They will always have, so long as we are in physical form and they are in higher dimensions of consciousness beyond the physical experience, they will always have an expanded level of awareness to offer us. So once we begin to be aware of something, then we begin to perceive things differently. At first, your brain might reject something you hear. A perfect example of this is an affirmation that the council gave years ago that has been life changing, I know, for me and so many in our community, which is the affirmation, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. When they first said that, my mind instantly went to this place that said, no, no, I need this, I need that, I need this. And they kept bringing it back to galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. Galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. As I continue to affirm this, as I allowed myself into the awareness of this being a potential and a possibility, I started to feel my own alignment to the truth of it, even though I didn't know how that was possible. And even though my human or my logical mind was not feeling like that awareness was truth, or that that truth was something that they could fully perceive, that my human or my logical mind could fully perceive. But as you begin to focus on that, and you do begin to have a bit of a different perspective of what's possible, really, I can come into a place of, I have everything I need and more in every moment. As I continued to affirm it, I came to a place very quickly, about 5 or 6 times of affirming it, where I realized in this moment, I do have everything I need and more. Now, I may not have what I think I need for 3 months from now, or 6 months from now, or 6 years from now, but in this moment, aligning to the realization that you have everything you need and more. And it truly may feel like it's not true for you. You might say, gosh, I am 6 days late on rent. That is not true for me. But allow yourself to just feel into the potential and the possibility that there is some awareness that you could realize a state where that was true for you, that you did have everything you need and more. I also could easily look back and see that, well, I may not have had everything I thought I should have in every moment. I really did have everything I need. It didn't take very long for my entire experience to change. Once the awareness came, then I began to perceive things different. I began to feel into something new. I began to perceive something new. And my experience started delivering to me a reality of that, where I began to realize or become fully aware of the truth that I really did have everything I need and more. And then my experience became that everything you want and need can show up even before you know you need it. Yet another level of awareness that allows us to begin to perceive things differently, draw to us new experiences, create them as our reality, and then experience them as truth. This is the integration of every part of you instead of holding yourself in lack or limitation or separation. And the council says that is the very definition of realization, to integrate every part of you, to not reject any part of you. The experience of that leads to fulfillment of your potential, of your highest potential, fulfillment of your dreams, because you no longer are in the experience of separation. You know that you're on the journey to greater abundance. You're on the journey to expanded levels of love or loving relationships. You are on the journey. It is unfolding. It's beautiful. It's magical. And when you can really allow it to be, you understand the power of self realization. Little did I know many years ago when I first saw the Self Realization Fellowship that there would come a point in my life where that was my ultimate purpose, potential, is to come into realization and then allow this beautiful unfolding journey to present to you the next perfect step in every moment as you're on this journey of becoming and expansion and experiences and creating your reality. But you can do all of that from peace, joy, love, harmony, abundance, well being, freedom, already feeling a sense of fulfillment and wholeness and completeness while always expanding and becoming more. So I hope that's helpful. Just want to say hello to everybody in the community. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Do you guys have questions about realization and self realization? I think the other interesting thing, the question is it different from enlightenment? And to me, again, if self-realization or realization is the integration of every part of you, then we don't separate out enlightenment. Some people resonate more with the word enlightenment. Some people resonate more with the word realization. Some people really like the word awakening or a state of being, and that feels really good to them. Other people may use a word like oneness or Christ consciousness or unity consciousness. And that's how they explain or maybe experience a state of self realization. And so it's all perfect, whatever resonates with you. But I think a great majority of people went through their own awakening experiences back in, 2006, 7, 8. Then again, in the years maybe 2016, 17, 18, as we went through the pandemic in 2020, different levels of awakening. Now, some people have been on this awakening journey for a really long time, and it's all perfect. It's all part of the journey. But in any moment, you can step into realization. You can step into the integration of every part of you. And it's as simple as allowing it, not arguing for your limitation, not imposing separation on your experience, not focusing upon your lack, not giving energy to your fear, not going into a habit of worry. There's a quote I saw many years ago of saying, when asked the Buddha what he gained from meditation, the Buddha said, I haven't gained anything, but let me tell you what I've lost: fear, anger, worry, struggle, suffering. So realization, I believe, offers us even yet another level of that into joy, peace, love, harmony, abundance, well-being, beauty, freedom in this moment, and knowing it's always available in every moment. To me, I know I'm in that state of realization. I feel a sense of pure bliss. I feel one with everything. You may notice that you don't have a lot of questions. There's not a lot of questions, but there's this all knowing, ever present state of infinite expansion. You might also feel into that state of being where you can feel that absolutely nothing could make you any happier than you are in this moment. That's a level of realization that you are allowing the experience of happiness and joy and fullness and well being and abundance and all that you are in this moment, the integration of every part of you, instead of arguing for your limitation or denying certain parts of you, not feeling like you're enough yet, not feeling like you're worthy. Sometimes people say, oh, this is just kind of hard. And the council says it's actually far more difficult to hold yourself in lack and limitation when your true state of being is infinite abundance and well being. They say it's far more difficult to hold yourself in separation when the truth of you is the isness of all that is. They say the difficult part is to tell yourself the stories of not being worthy or not being good enough instead of allowing your infinite worth and infinite love in this moment. They say it's far more difficult to hold yourself in an experience of being alone or stuck or uncertain when you are infinite intelligence and you are on this beautiful, magical, unfolding journey. You're not stuck. You're on a beautiful, unfolding journey into deeper levels of realizing the fulfillment of your potential. So, yeah. Ivy said, I also noticed that not a lot gets to me anymore. When someone is mean or just acts in a way that doesn't align with my inner peace, it's so easy to just observe it and let it go. Yeah. Losing all of that gains peace. That's the best of the best. How can we integrate a disease without rejecting it? Adrian asked. It's not about integrating the disease, but integrating the part of you that is infinite well-being. The council says that all health challenges, dis-ease, disharmony in the body, does not mean that something's wrong with you. You're not broken. You always in every moment have a part of you that is whole and complete and is in the knowing of your infinite well-being. But they say all things that relate to our health are bringing us into another level of our own power. And so, where are you giving your power away to fear, to things outside of you? Maybe this is an opportunity for you to come back into alignment with your body and have a relationship with your body again. Don't push against the disease, but open up to the part of you that is whole and healed and knows that you are infinite well-being. And slow down. Be gentle on yourself. When your body completely regenerates and rejuvenates itself to its highest well-being, what are you going to feel? Is it freedom? Is it peace? Allow yourself to feel that now, to experience that now. And don't hold yourself in that gap of, I can't feel freedom until this disease is cured. Feeling the freedom now, feeling these higher states of vibration, feeling into these higher states of consciousness and frequencies is what allows your body to regenerate and rejuvenate the cells that are always seeking optimal health in your body to realize a state of well-being that much faster. So I hope that's helpful. It's not about pushing against. It's not about rejecting any part of you. No matter what it is, I've had my own journey. I've had many dear loved ones in my life on this journey. My own health challenges and diagnoses on my path were the very things that led me to my own awakening and completely changed my life. I was diagnosed with an advanced stage of cancer in 2006. And this was really the second major catalyst to my own awakening journey. It just transformed and changed everything in my life. I realized hmm, that I was holding myself in an experience that I knew was no longer supportive to me or my well being because of my fear of changing my circumstances, my experience. And that fear of changing it resulted in my own body not being able to heal itself. And I really had a moment, like you hear some people talk about, where I absolutely realized that I had created cancer in my own body to die because I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't want to ruin my life or anyone else's by making the changes I knew I needed to make back then. And in the moment, I realized why I was in that experience and where I was powerless in my life and not showing up for myself. In that moment, I knew I was healed. And I haven't had a diagnosis like that for almost 18 years now. So, um, 17 years. It's really powerful how our bodies communicate with us. And again, not going into the fear that can be created around us, especially with certain diseases. There can be a lot of fear from people around you. There can be a lot of fear from doctors and practitioners that are genuinely trying to help you heal, but are in a state of being more aligned to the fear of these diseases than the truth of your infinite well-being. And it may very well be the catalyst to a whole new level of existence and experience for you with far more freedom and love and joy and harmony and well-being than you ever thought possible. So just know that anything truly is possible for you. There are so many examples of different diseases that are said to be non-curable and or incurable that people heal from. And I think we are realizing collectively in our awakened world a level of well-being that truly is possible for everyone. So thank you for that great question. Amazing. So good to see you all here. Oh, hello, hello to our beautiful community. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get ready to bring in the council. If you are new to me or new to channeling or new to the council, I'm just going to close my eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. The council will share their message with us. My eyes are closed. It just allows me to really focus on interpreting the streams of consciousness that they're bringing through because they tend to have a lot of information for us. It's a very natural, normal thing. Everybody channels at some point in time in some way or another. It's just really opening up to source energy and to a higher level of consciousness that's available to us in every moment. Some people channel through automatic writing. When you are referring to a musician or an artist or an athlete that's in the zone, they are really harnessing those higher levels of source energy. And that's a form of channeling. What are you channeling? Higher consciousness, higher levels of energy. That's all it is. It's a very natural thing that everybody can do. But I have been channeling for quite a very long time. It is, oh my gosh, just such a great and incredible joy for me. I've channeled tens of thousands of hours, and it's just a very natural, normal experience. But they offer us a grander perspective of all that is possible. So, if you're in a place that you can do so, I encourage you to close your eyes and take some deep breaths and feel for the energy yourself. If you're driving, just or doing something, walking, just feel for the energy and just allow yourself to notice how you feel. Again, they're bringing through a new level of awareness to us. And wow, at least for me, I know every time I receive their vibration and their messages, it just takes me to a whole nother level. So have fun with your experience of self realization. Again, it's something that we find only in the moment. You can't be in the past and be in self realization. You can't be worried about the future and be in a state of self realization. It's always in the now moment. And it's not like a badge of honor you receive. It is about the expansion of joy and love and peace and harmony and beauty and well-being that you realize in your own life through that state of self-realization, the fulfillment of your potential. So, thank you to my amazing team. Thank you for being here to support me and for our amazing community. I love you all. We just have the most beautiful, loving community here. So thank you for being part of it. So I'm going to bring in the council. When they are complete, we will end this episode of Journey of the Master. Be sure to subscribe, like, leave us your comments, and we'll let you know when our next episode premieres. So here we go. We are so pleased and delighted to have the opportunity to speak with you all on this fine and glorious day indeed. While our words to you are important, this is a vibrational experience of remembering the truth of who you really are and why you are here and all that you intended when you chose this magnificent life experience. Because we assure you, your life is meant to be an extraordinary existence. Indeed, you are on the journey to becoming everything that you are here to be, yet you came from pure source energy. You came from the knowing of all that is and all that will ever be. You came from your absolute perfection and you focused yourself into the physical form on earth at this time to be part of the greatest transformation of consciousness that has ever occurred in any lifetime. You are here to be the love that you are. You are here to be all that you are. You are here to love fully. Love is the greatest power in all of the universe. It is the truth of everything. There is only love. When you focus on what you love, when you experience that love, when you expand that love, you expand all potentials and all possibilities in your life, in this now and in the field of consciousness that draws to you that which becomes your reality. Your consciousness, which is elevated through the realization of all that you are, the integration of all that you are, the true self, the part of you that has never known despair, disappointment, the part of you that knows the power that you have, the love that you are. When you allow yourself into higher levels of consciousness through thy realization of self, you summon more and more of the source energy that is you, that is always here for you, into your experience, which allows for the expansion of more of all that you are. Consciousness moves energy into form. What are you summoning as you elevate your consciousness? greater levels of source energy. Source energy is what creates everything, what created everything, what creates you. And it is the consciousness and the intelligence of everything that you would ever even wish to create. You yourself are the consciousness and the intelligence that creates worlds, and you most certainly are the consciousness and the intelligence that creates your world and your reality. When you are in the realization of all that you are summoning the highest levels of energy and intelligence and consciousness to flow into your now moment, which is what makes anything and everything possible for you. When you have heard the greats of your planet or your earth experience throughout history, saying things like, with God, all things are possible. What is meant is that through the moment of being in a state of realization, in the highest levels of consciousness, you summon the source energy that makes anything and everything possible. And all that has been done merely is scratching the surface of the potentials and the possibilities that are here for you now, that are a result of all that you have expanded into and all that has been expanded into throughout the collective human consciousness, through the awakening of so many, and now through the realization of those like each of you. Your life is meant to be an extraordinary existence. When you are in the moment, in your power, when you are allowing, when you are in joy, focused on what you love, you begin to open up to greater levels beyond anything you have ever experienced before. You all know what it's like to attain the highest levels of the third dimension of separation. You know what it's like to attain the highest levels of personal transformation in the fourth dimension. You are now here to realize the pure love that you are and elevate yourself into the fifth dimension of pure love, where your well-being and your abundance is assured, where through your state of being, what you want and what you need shows up even before you know you need it. You create more of all that you are, but you never again have to dip down into lack, limitation, fear, struggle, effort, and separation. You allow the next perfect step to come to you on the beautiful, magical, unfolding journey that is your life. It can be so truly magnificent if you will allow it to be. How do you know if you are allowing? The instant manifestation of allowing is joy. Focus on the things that bring you joy. Do the things that bring you joy. Focus on joy. Feel into joy. Expand the joy. You will expand the portal of possibility through your own allowing. You are everything you wish to be. You already are. It is all within you. It always will be. You are powerful creators of your reality. As you fully realize all that you are, you will realize into your experience that it is all here for you now. And never again will you experience the separation. You will expand into pure love, expand into all that you are, expand into all that is possible for you, and realize that it is all here for you. Let the next perfect step come to you. We assure you, it will. Allow the joy. Allow and realize the joy. Mm. We have enjoyed this conversation with you all. We are always with you. We are always available to you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And with that, we are complete.